You would think that libraries would be quiet, staid, formal sanctuaries of learning, sort of a hallowed, fertile crescent of the intellect, right? Wrong. We get a fair cross-section of winos, transients, perverts, ne'er-do-wells, especially during the winter months. Cold weather brings them in off the street. Some become regulars. They are the ones we see day after day. Like Double Louie. The public library is on Double Louie's itinerary, rain or shine. And there's no mistaking this guy. His appearance never changes. Crisp green army fatigue shirt, matching army cap pulled down low, freshly starched Levi's, and blue sneakers with 3 white stripes diagonally across the instep. Double Louie, first thing, always has to sit outside for a moment on the cement bench next to the flagpole. He smokes a cigarette, marshaling his forces, psyching himself up for his mission. He fidgets. He up and paces around, sits back down, glances furtively over his shoulder. In plain view, he thrusts his right hand deep down inside the front of his pants to straighten and align his shirt tails. He tucks and folds and smooths so that not a wrinkle is showing, not a crease out of place. He will jump up from the bench beneath the flagpole, whoosh on his cigarette, paw at the ground, and then, seemingly, bolt for the library. But not so fast. Suddenly, he will pull up and stop short, circle hesitantly back to the flag, tug at his cap, find another wrinkle, feel for the comb in his hip pocket, snort a horker into the bushes. It is as though the routine is inviolable. The details, the postures, the attitudes, all have to sink and coalesce into the proper moment. Under penalty of profaning a sacred ritual, no preparation can be skimped or ignored. And once the final commitment is made, then full speed ahead, fire and brimstone, no turning back. Double Louie pauses one final time. He stands mute for the briefest of an instant, mentally grooming himself. Then, satisfied, he flicks his cigarette to the ground with a dramatic backhand sweep of the arm, and all in one motion, with a parting gesture toward the tip of his cap, tilts his head as though tacking into the wind, and trots into the library. Straight to the men's bathroom. He scoots into the far stall and latches the door. Whatever he does in there takes 60 seconds and one flush. When again Double Louie emerges into the lobby, he is still last-minute fussin' with his army cap, tugging and lowering it another notch above the eyebrows. Then, gathering steam, he sets off at a trot to make his rounds. A closer look, and one is thankful that Double Louie keeps his cap pulled down low. He has gouges and craters in his face, some sporting moleskin patches to catch the ooze. Above his lip and below his thick glasses, the stalks of a skimpy mustache sprout erratically. Double Louie's hair is short and perfectly cropped, not a strand protruding anywhere, and trailing down behind each ear is a shiny, razor-clean strip of barber-shaved flesh, still showing traces of talcum powder. On each lapel of his army shirt are sewn 2 slanting gold stripes, or, as irreverent drunk talk by grunts in the barracks would have it, the insignia of a double lieutenant. His walk is not so much a walk as a glide, swish, clump, clump, float. Glide, swish, clump, clump, float. Double Louie is a bit sway-backed, you see, so he sticks out at odd angles. One shoulder will brush the wall, while the opposite hip is simultaneously sideswiping a bookcase. He always travels clockwise, too, hugging the left side of each room, so as to keep the greatest possible area of visibility to his right. From under the beak of his cap, Double Louie's glistening eyes are sweeping the terrain like a jungle cat on the prowl. What is he looking for? I have puzzled myself with that question time and again. His movements are so smooth and calculated, and his pace so quick, that his motives have eluded me. Certainly he is not there to check out books. Yet each day he tromps through the entire library, left to right, regular as clockwork. So what's the pleasure? Where's the hidden thrill? Follow his eyes, I told myself. Find out what he looks at, what holds his attention. Then you will have your clue. One day, as I was watching, Double Louie circled as usual through the room with the yellow carpet and headed for the biographies. Suddenly, he turned on a dime and slipped into the 600s next to the cookbooks. He bent down, quiet as a mouse, and peered between the shelves. I was able to note the direction of his gaze and discover that there was a barely pubescent teen in the next aisle. Yes, Double Louie likes to feast on little boys. His notion of the Fertile Crescent is, well, let's just say it's not a metaphor for the mind of a book lover.